Kershnik Karibal, known professionally as Takeoff, passed away on November 1st. The tragic incident happened right after a private party outside a bowling alley when the 28-year-old rapper was shot and killed. The rapper was part of Migos, a Grammy-nominated hip-hop group that had previously collaborated with Drake as well. In today's video, we'll explore what the mayor of Houston had to say following the artist's death and 5 things you probably didn't know about him. To start off with, what do we know about Takeoff's death? The hip-hop community faced another loss after the Migos rapper passed away at the beginning of November. The 28-year-old rapper had planted a rich hip-hop legacy with some of the most notable names in the industry. It's shocking and sad beyond belief that the member of the trio, with the reputation of being the most chill, passed away following a post-party altercation. According to TMZ, Takeoff was playing dice around 2:30 in the morning with his fellow group member Quavo. The Houston police revealed that they have received a report about a shooting and that one person was dead, but they didn't confirm the identity of the victim until the family had been informed. Before the shooting happened, Takeoff posted a selfie on social media, and the fight took place outside the 810 Billiards and Bowling Alley after the private party had ended. With that being said, 2 other people were also shot and taken to nearby hospital in private vehicles. Luckily, Quavo was not hurt. About the artist, he grew up in Atlanta with his family, who would later form the hip-hop group. Offset was his cousin, and Quavo his uncle. The 3 boys were majorly raised by Kershnik's mom, and the uncle and nephew duo put out Messy, a music video only a day before the young rapper was killed. As of now, Quavo seemed to be in deep shock because he hasn't released a statement either. Meanwhile, his cousin Offset hasn't released a statement yet either. With a loss so intimate, we can't blame them for being at a loss for words. Following up, what did the Houston mayor promise in the press conference? The police revealed that the rapper was declared dead in a conference held on the afternoon of the incident. Shockingly, there haven't been any arrests made yet. They only implored witnesses to come forward with details. Troy Finner, the Houston police chief, said that he got many calls about Takeoff right after the shooting. While speaking about the deceased, he said, "Everyone spoke of what a great young man he is, how peaceful he is, what a great artist." What makes this tragedy even sadder is that during Migos' fame, numerous outlets reported that the youngest member of the group was the most laid back, which was confirmed by the police chief too. While the police didn't give explicit details about what happened, they did say that the number of shooters was suspected to be at least 2, but it's still unclear if the Migos artists were the intended target. The 2 other victims caught in the crossfire were a 24-year-old woman and a 23-year-old man. The pair didn't receive life-threatening injuries, but officials didn't clarify the number of times they had been shot. Plus, Finner also seemed weirdly optimistic about the case, as he said that he was confident that someone who knows what happened will come forward. Eventually, Mayor Sylvester Turner disclosed that they met with Takeoff's mother. In fact, he followed up on the police chief's statements and urged the public to step forward with information so they could bring closure and justice to the hurting family. Lastly, let's learn about how Drake paid an ode to Takeoff. The Canadian rapper was one of the many celebrities that mourned the loss of the 28-year-old artist after his death. On the 1st of November, Drake took to Instagram to reminisce about his time with Migos. The group previously toured with Drizzy back in 2018, and from what it seems, had great memories together. Remembering their time, the rapper wrote, "I got the best memories of all of us seeing the world together and bringing light to every city we touch," with a picture of him and Takeoff on stage. The group collaborated with the rapper back in 2013 too, as he remixed their song Versace. The remix gave Migos a ton of admiration and became one of their most streamed songs. In fact, both parties toured various arenas across the US together in 2018 for about 3 months. As for now, the Canadian rapper said he'll be focusing on their best memories together to get through the rough patch. Honestly, we're glad he has good coping mechanisms in place. Moving on, let's take a look at 5 things you probably didn't know about the Migos rapper. First off, at number 1, let's look at the rapper's next endeavor in music. Quavo and Takeoff released their first album as a duo on October 7th this year called Only Built for Infinity Links. They promoted the album while appearing on the Drink Champs podcast later in the month. At the talk show, Takeoff revealed some pretty interesting plans for the future. It seemed like he was ready to enjoy the fruit of his labor because he's looking forward to working with Quavo. In his words, "Another enough is enough. I'm chill and laid back. It's time to give me my flowers. In hindsight, things took a dark turn with the rapper's next statement, where he said he didn't want his flowers when he wasn't there anymore. As for Takeoff, he wanted to celebrate life as it was, and with his passing, his words certainly have taken on a special meaning. But we're sad to report that the promotional interview at Drink Champs was his last. Next up at number 2, the rapper was afraid of exactly what happened to him. Takeoff's death is the latest among several deaths in the hip-hop and rap community. In September, rapper PNB Rock passed away after being robbed and shot in LA, and rapper Half Ounce was killed as he was shot walking down the street with his friend, also in LA. Not to forget, JayDaYoungan was also shot outside his home in Louisiana and passed away at 24. At Drink Champs, Takeoff expressed his concern about the dangers of being successful in the hip-hop and rap industry. The 28-year-old said that he was always cautious of what he posted on social media to avoid being a target. If anything, the Run It Up rapper added that though an artist might want to only show off stuff for the sake of it being for their fans, people with bad intentions are still out there. To be extra careful, he lets out a tactic where he posts about a location after he's left it. Pretty smart, we'd say. Plus, he also admitted that he was highly superstitious and didn't sing about things he didn't want to encounter, like death. "I'm just a witness of manifestation," he commented. Building on his superstitious beliefs, he shared that he believed in the power of the tongue and that what a person spoke came to existence. Well, all of his last comments seem to be full of the universe's irony. Moving on to number 3, we have the rapper talking about his career plans. Takeoff had previously shared that the reason he was so hyper-focused on getting his music career off the ground was that was the only plan he had in life. He talked about how people played sports or were good at something, but he'd never played sports and only had a love for music. Simply put, his dedication to his art never made him pursue another career path. In fact, he shared something rather insightful and said that he purposely didn't have a plan B so he could focus on fulfilling his plan A, that was music. He finished his statement by thanking God and showed a strong belief that he knew what he wanted to do from the get-go and ended up doing it. Up next, let's look at some brotherhood at number 4. Although the relationship between Takeoff and Quavo was of an uncle and nephew, the two were much closer than that. Uncle Quavo was only 31, by the way, and that's only slightly older than Takeoff himself. Honestly, we've seen their strong brotherhood bond with each other in Hotel Lobby, in which the younger one rapped and called his uncle his twin because they were like brothers. Though 2 members of Migos shared a close brotherhood, the third member of the group, Offset, was rumored to have an ongoing feud with the two, and all 3 were raised like brothers by Takeoff's mom, Edna Marshall, in the same household. Given the close proximity of these boys, it was only natural that they worked together later. Though the breakup rumor caught fire as the two formed a duo a few months after, Offset unfollowed them. Lastly, at number 5, Takeoff was not publicly dating when he died. According to a few reports, in 2017, the rapper was dating Katy Perry, who the group had collabed with before. In fact, they got together for Perry's single, Bon Appetit, and even performed the song at a Saturday Night Live episode together. But the rumor that fueled the fire was that Perry and Takeoff allegedly attended that night's SNL season finale after party. It was later shut down. Plus, rumor has it the rapper used to date New York City-based Dream Doll, a rapper and ex-Bad Girls Club member in 2018. But as of 2022, he wasn't publicly dating anymore, and didn't have any children either. That's a wrap for this video. Do you agree with Takeoff that the hip-hop community needs to do better and be cautious? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.